another blue collar.
Is that Dr.
With the
Teal?
shadow of my father.
What kind of,
following me.
is that body wash or something back there? What's
Yeah. Yeah, it's the coconut oil bubbles.
That's good. I use that lotion.
Great. Yeah. So, how have you been?
I'm good.
Good.
Actually,
So,
yeah, I just like finished it yesterday or the day before maybe. I still have like insulation on the walls. I have to cover the wall.
nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Perfect. So, how have y'all been? How have y'all been with this COVID nonsense? Y'all doing okay?
Yeah, I mean everybody's kind of doing their own thing. I've been working on this house, and I set up a little studio in the back, and I just been hanging out with the wife and kid. Zach is down in South Texas doing his own thing, fixing his motorcycle. Everybody's kind of we don't really take vacation, so now is like a kind of. I mean, we're gonna all get really tired of it.
Right.
But everybody's kind of getting to do stuff they probably wanted to do for a long time. So it's not too bad right now. We just got to start somehow making some more money, but I think we're fine.
Yeah. Have you done? I haven't seen y'all hop on to any live shows. Have y'all done any live shows like on Instagram or Facebook or anything?
I haven't. I'm going to. I also got this new computer to do it with, and I bought some new microphones because I want it to sound good.
Right.
And I'm gonna do some stuff like that later on. But we're also like recording some stuff, and we're gonna put out like maybe some singles that you can like pay what you want kind of thing, or put out some content on top of that too. So that's kind of our next step. But we're working on all that right now.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Zach Wilkerson, I interviewed him the other night. It's been kind of cool to have like all of these live concerts at home every night. You know, like so many people are getting online to play so that they can get some tip money and kind of keep everybody entertained. But it's been kind of cool to have like there's so many people doing it that you have to kind of pick who you want to watch that night. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to become like a thing that sticks around for I mean, people were doing them before this happened, but it's become so popular now. I bet that people continue to do it even after all this is over with, because it seems like a pretty popular idea, and it's a good way to kind of, also make some extra cash, like BJ for Aquarium, like sold out like 4 or 5 shows doing it. This was like online.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's something that'll probably keep happening.
Yeah, I hope so. I have 3 really small kids, so I don't get to go to as many shows as I used to. So it's been pretty nice. I get to put everybody to bed and catch a show. So.
Yeah, I don't want people to stop coming to shows, but
yeah, no.
Watch the show. It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably will end up streaming more, like live streaming shows from clubs and stuff now, because
that'd be awesome.
Do it. So I think probably, down the road we'll start streaming almost every night or something.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I wonder if y'all could stream, like how BJ did. I think he used Stage It, is how he was like selling concert tickets to it. I wonder if y'all could do it like that. You make some more money out too, possibly.
I think we'll probably try like all the platforms and see which one because Adam usually would live stream a song a night from any show we were at anyway.
Right.
Or if we just set up an iPad or something and did the whole show, like he was doing like one on every platform a night. So we could continue to do that, except in a long form show.
Yeah, that'd be pretty rad.
Yeah, why not?
So how did you get your start in music?
I started playing early when I was a teenager and just doing acoustic shows. And I moved to Austin. I talked my mom into letting me move to Austin and paying for my apartment because I was going to go to this recording school. And I did go to this recording school. to learn how to make records. But that was kind of my excuse to get to Austin. And then that's where I really started, do it for real, putting a band together. And I went through several bands before this one, but I just got started at a young age. I just wanted to play guitar. I started taking guitar lessons when I was probably 7 or 8, and even then I was like, that was all I was ever gonna do. I remember my guitar teacher telling me something like you're a lifer, like when I was like 7 years old. So it was just there was never anything. I mean, I've worked odd jobs, but this was all I've ever really done.
That's really cool. We got my daughter a guitar for Christmas because she has always, like, from the age of 4, sat down and like before she could write letters, she would just sit down and like be scribbling lines on a piece of paper, and you would ask her what she was doing, and she'd be like, writing a song. And then and then like you told her to sing it to you, but it was different every time she sang it,
Yeah.
But like I always just thought it was really cool that she was into songwriting, and she couldn't even write down any letters. So we got her a guitar, and I was going to like learn along with her, but it turns out I suck at it. Like I'm really bad at it. So I need to find her. I need to find her somebody that'll teach her.
I used to give lessons when I was still taking lessons, and I was giving them at the same time. And I had only had like 3 or 4 clients, and one of them was this kid that was a few years younger than me in school, and his dad would bring him to every 30-minute lesson, like every week. But about the second or third weekend, his dad just started to bring his own guitar and sit there next to him while I was giving the lessons. So I was like giving a lesson to 2 of these, to the father and the son, which I was only getting paid for 1 lesson. But I was teaching 2 kids. He just decided he was driving the kid there. He was going to sit down on a lesson. It makes sense. Right. Yeah.
So, how did the Moonpies come about then? Y'all been together a solid, like, was it been 12, 13 years? Something?
Yeah, I think I started it in 2007. I had like a little home studio for a while, which I'm kind of rebuilding now, almost the same rig I used to have back then. It's crazy. I haven't done it in so long. But I had so many people coming through there and recording, and I was kind of writing songs at the same time, and I started kind of this. It was pretty much a country like cover band, 90s, 80s country cover band, just to make some extra money around Austin. There was a lot of bars where I could do that. I didn't really have a country band at the time, so we started doing that like just as basically a gig band, and we would learn George Strait songs, and anything that I knew all the words to, we would cover. And we started out just doing that, and it started to get kind of popular, and then I'd record a couple of my own songs every now and then, and we'd start peppering those in at shows. And about 2 or 3 years, probably 2 years after that, we pretty much had a full set of our own material and started really doing that at residencies around town. And there was a time where we had a Monday night residency at the Hole in the Wall, Tuesday at this place called the Mohawk, every other Wednesday at the Broken Spoke, Thursday at the White Horse, and then Fridays and Saturdays we would just go play Texas gigs like Adair's in Dallas or just the bar scene. And so it took about 3 years for us to be like, okay, we're playing pretty much every night. So by 2010, it was full on. That's pretty much all we were doing.
It seems like y'all took a huge jump recently. Like, like in my eyes, y'all have been around for a long time, but it seems like recently, just like this past year, there was just this huge uptick. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah, I mean, we noticed it because we kind of planned it out that way, but it's hard to it's hard to know how well or how bad it's going when you're just doing it all the time. It's kind of, you lose perspective of that. So like the press got better, but the shows kind of stayed the same for a while. Now we're starting to see, well, right before this pandemic, we were starting to see like really good crowds, and like we sold out a West Coast tour, and it started to really take off because of the last 2 records, really. And we have, Adam Oder managing and a great publicist. So, it was all organized that way, but it's only as of maybe the past 6 months where we've seen like, okay, well, I'm pretty confident about rooms that we used to go to where we weren't selling any tickets that we probably could sell out those rooms at this point. So it's been a noticeable change lately for crowd size for sure, and streaming numbers have gone up for sure.
Yeah, I just feel like I see y'all's name everywhere now.
Yeah, we've got a lot of support. I mean, Rolling Stone's been great to us, and Saving Country Music's been great to us, and our goal was to kind of affiliate our names with other people that are also outside of the Texas touring circuit on a national level and doing national touring, and because we want a national tour most of the time. So kind of changing the perception of the band was a big goal for us, and I think we've started to achieve that over the past record or two.
Yeah, absolutely. I just noticed that your sweatshirt is an Oilers shirt.
Yeah,
I'm from Houston originally, so.
Yeah, me too. Ball.
Oh yeah.
I have a bunch of old Oilers gear. My dad was really good friends with a lot of these ex-Oilers. In fact, I hung out with some of them about a month ago at the Houston Rodeo, and I have all this really awesome old Oilers like Love You Blue memorabilia and stuff, and but it's all in my house at my dad's house, like in some storage somewhere. So I had to get me some new Love You Blue gear. So I found this pretty cheap. It's an awesome hoodie. And for some reason, it's like 40 degrees here. So it was the perfect day to wear it.
It is. I mean, right? It was just summer a couple of days ago. And today I walked outside and I was like, what the fuck happened? It's so cool. Crazy.
That's great.
Well, so do you remember any like noticeable hurdles that you had to get past personally or as a band to make it to where you are right now?
I think a lot of it deals with that perception thing. When we started doing all the residency stuff, like I was talking about, it was really easy to fall into that. You're just like a local band, and we're doing like a lot of cover shows, and we're still doing the 4-hour dance hall gigs. And it took a lot of work and a lot of connections with people to kind of break that cycle of that happening. We had to find an agent that was going to take us out of just doing those kind of things and changing the press that we were getting. And I mean, really changing. We became such a dance hall circuit band for a while.
Yeah.
And I think getting out of that was tough because we would have all these great shows where all these dancers would show up, but that was really a kind of a dead end scenario. It's like all the same dancers come to the same show every week, and there was really not a way out of that. So like everything that we've done is really to kind of break that cycle of being just that local cover band thing.
Gotcha. We all have done great at it.
Oh,
this last album, Cheap Silver and Solid Country Gold, is hands down one of my favorites that came out last year. Are y'all working on anything new right now, or are you still working on trying to promote that, even though everything's kind of shut downish right now?
We had been working on something for the past 6 months that we have like halfway in the can. We were gonna try to finish it. When this first started, we didn't know how long it was gonna last, and we thought we could still, go to the studio. And now it's hard because we're all spread out to get everybody in one place. But now we're gonna try to finish it via like everybody has Pro Tools now on their computers. Everybody bought a little home recording rig, so I think we're gonna try to finish the record. Everyone not cutting their own parts at their house. It might not work, but we've been actively working on a record for at least 6 months, if not longer. So we have all the songs and everything's ready to go. We just have to wrap it up. So if we can ever get out of the house again, we'll try to finish it.
I mean, I think it would be really cool though, even if that is how y'all had to finish it, like if you had to kind of piece it together from everybody's houses, that'd be something to look back on for, like, I feel like this whole coronavirus situation is going to be such a timestamp for everybody, like everybody's generation, not just ours, But like it'd be cool to have that. This is the thing that we made then,
Yeah. Well, I agree. That's one of the reasons that I want to create more content rather than just live streaming, and we want to put out some songs and some singles, because it will be a timestamp on all those things, and now's the time where honestly, everybody's at their house wanting to listen to some new music, and so I mean I've been trying to write, and if I get enough songs written, I'll make like a little acoustic record and just put that on Bandcamp or something like that, something to sell and get some extra cash while it's happening, but. I started to work on something last night and it was raining and I have a tin roof and I was like, I'm just going to keep it because it's very much in the moment. Like I'm stuck in my house with this gear at this time. It's a kind of a cool little thing to have and look back on, and I can hear the time in the recording, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So I heard there's a documentary possibly.
Yeah, there's some stuff that was shot. Yeah, that's I think that's happening perpetually. Like we shot a bunch of stuff in Europe and we keep trying to get the film guys to come out and shoot more stuff, but it's hard to get them on the road as much as we're on the road. So a lot of times they'll show up and record something every now and then. So we're not really sure where it's going yet. We're kind of just letting those guys film as much stuff as they can, and then tell a story somehow with that. But that could happen next year. That could happen in 5 years. I don't know when that's actually gonna.
It happens, kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anybody that you would challenge to be in the tub next?
Have you done Jack Ingram?
I have not asked him. That'd be a good one.
He's my go-to on every. Do you want to have somebody on your show? Jack is the guy that I recommend. I might host a show just so I can have Jack on
it. You should. Maybe we could do like a 3-way call to get him on there.
I think that's a great idea.
That'd be an interesting one for sure. So something that I would like to ask everybody on this show is, do you feel like you've made it? Like every artist, I guess, has like a different idea of what made it is. Like you have this goal in your mind. Have you met that goal, or is there something else that you think that you have to achieve something else until you can tell yourself that you've made it? Or how do you feel about it?
I think we made it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like we were able to do exactly what we wanted to do. We're playing almost every night. I mean, none of the guys, and it's been a full-time job for everybody in the band for the majority of the time we've been together, probably 5 or 6 of the over 10 years. We're making a record. We made a record at Abbey Road. We're touring all over the country. We're touring all over the world.
Right.
I don't see how it could, be any more making it than that.
Yeah. I mean, that would be my mindset too. It's just, I've been really surprised by the answers, like some people, they need a certain amount of awards, or like some people just want to not have a day job, or, I look at all of y'all thinking that you've made it. So yeah, it's been really interesting to hear the answers.
There's people that like I have, like I can look at Spotify and see people streaming our stuff in like Norway or something, like we're just some like honky tonk band out of Austin that was doing the Broken Spoke every other week, and like somebody all over on the other side of the world was listening to the stuff, so that's pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Somebody that made it at Key West was Omar, huh? It looks like.
Really made it.
2 years in a row, I've bought these packages to go to Key West, and I've had to cancel for 2 different reasons both years. So this year, I'm watching all the footage. Anybody I can find that's there, I'm following all the stories, and I swear he was on every single picture, every single video.
Yeah, I don't know. He's younger than the rest of us.
Yeah.
But I mean, I try to do everything that I can at that festival, and Omar is always there before I get there.
Yeah.
He jumped off of every stage that we played that week. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a wild man. I'm happy to be in his band.
I bet he would say the same, yeah?
I hope so.
Well, thank you very much for getting into your brand new bathtub with me.
Yeah.
To go over these questions.
Yeah, thanks for getting me in this tub for the first time. This is the first time I've.
Yeah, you gotta break it in.
Huh? Yeah. Nice.
And I look forward to listening to whatever y'all come up with during this quarantine process. I'm glad y'all are keeping your distance and staying safe and all of that.
Yeah, well, we're gonna create some stuff, so be on the lookout. I got some stuff happening. We have a lot of ideas, so it's just about putting everything in motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm gonna talk to Adam on Tuesday. Anything embarrassing I should ask him?
I'll private message you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.